just det.
Which is where this giant vault door is that leads to the Astral Line service shaft. The tunnel continues on. They are currently welding, using a welding torch to burn through that door. So the big boss and then two people are up at the door. So the welding torch is casting a bit of light kind of roughly where Lyric is, but it's pretty far away from where you guys are. So casting dim light around the torch enough that you can see the two groups. However, the muzzle flares from these two goons firing, like quick firing, give you pretty good
Mic
line of
test,
sight.
1, 2, 3.
All right, well, I can't turn down a good opportunity. I mean, it's part of my job as an Inquisitor. So I think I imagine I've already aimed, because I would have been aiming, and then it's I'll take the shots at our terrible
Fuck.
friend.
Need to
Skyline
fix that,
himself.
otherwise I'm gonna go insane.
You like to target Ratface or I'll say you have equal. They'll have disadvantage on Ratface because he's in cover, human cover. But he is also lit by.
I think, no, I'd rather just kill somebody who's uninjured. I'll trust Lyric. Lyric's still standing, and I'm impressed by that. So I think it's taking out people who are fresh, because then we can kind of work our way down.
Sure.
Also, bolt weapons tend to be good to take people out of the game from the beginning, as opposed to finish off the injury.
That's true.
So what do I need for my pool, Tom? From your end, because I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see, where am I going today?
What kind of weapon are you using?
Bolt pistol.
Bolt pistol. Okay, so you're at far range, so it's 4 purple. You're aiming, so that gives you 1 blue. It's dim light, but you've got bionic eyes, so it doesn't really matter, so that cancels out. From the 3 threat accrued by the goons, I will give you 2 boost.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend a story point to upgrade one of those purples to a red, please.
Cool, and I will spend a story point from our side to give myself a 3rd yellow. Ooh, and the end result is 3 successes, 1 triumph.
Damn, son.
Yeah, I'm listening to now the
So
first
that's 3
season of
What's the damage on your pistol?
Warhammer
The
40,000
pistol
podcast,
damage
and
is
it seems they're using a different kind of
Bolters are nasty.
rule system compared to the season with Agents of the Inquisition.
It gives us 2 soak.
Fair enough. So you don't need. You can spend a triumph to activate crit if you want.
Tidemannsgate 31.
Jesus.
Here's the question, Tom. If we want to look at a triumph, is it possible that the explosive rounds actually shred the first guy and hit Ratface as well?
Sure, we do it that way. I was just gonna take it all out on the goons.
Oh, perfect. Let's do that then. That's perfect. I would love to just take it out of. Yeah.
There's a rule about minions in Genesis that's really fun, which is that.
Oh yeah, you said they're treated as a pack.
Yeah. It's like mob mentality. So all right. So you do 10 base, plus you had 3 successes.
Yes.
Damn.
So total 14, and you ignore 2. Good God. Yeah. All right. You see the 2 guys kind of skyline. They're lighting themselves up. Yeah, you just take aim on one of them, open fire, and as you strike him, the blast kind of blows out a chunk of his shoulder, and his arm loses all muscle control and sprays the guy next to him with fire, dropping him as well. And Ratface just goes, "Oh, fucking sure, now you can hit him." Then just scoots the corpses out of the way, and as soon as he turns to run, his actual boss is behind him, so there's nowhere for him to go. So instead, he does that like I'm bad at aiming thing, where he just closes both hands around his gun, and is doing like a full-on like Fargo, like Francis McDermott Fargo wide stance, like pointing at Lyric.
Tom, for an incidental, could I activate Eugene and yell Inquisition, knees on the ground, hands in the air?
Yeah, I'll allow that. Yeah, okay. So you yell that, and you see the 7 foot tall guy. We'll call him Tallman. Tallman turns around.
Tallman Grundy.
Tallman Grundy. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Tallman Grundy turns around, and he just goes, "Well, I'll be the Emperor's favorite nephew. Inquisition? Should have said that to begin with." And then he just like raises his gun and blows Ratface's head off. And then he drops the gun and kind of gets down to his knees. The the lady who's welding kind of like looks over her shoulder, and he kind of like looks at her, looks back at you, shrugs, then just gestures to like put the welding torch down. So she does, and then she gets down on her knees. But yeah, the remaining folks kind of get down and hands in the air. There's a lot of muttering of like, "Hey, yeah, sorry, those guys go off the handle all the time. Like, we're not even with those guys. I don't even know who that guy is." But yes, they seem legitimately quite concerned about the Inquisition being there. So I'm going to drop set of initiative order. Now, Lyric, just because they've surrendered doesn't mean you have to accept that surrender. So I'll leave it up to you whether you want to do anything.
Is there still one of those assholes close to me?
The group that was closest to you is all dead now.
They're all dead.
But there is another group that was also closing in. There are 3 of them. They're now pointing at those guys, being like, doing a lot of like very broad, like, oh, what a bunch of assholes. We don't even know them, kind of stuff. They all sound vaguely like John Mulaney. I'm not sure why.
I'm just.
I think I'm gonna go
I
to
think I just
Circle
want to say
K
to them,
on my
like,
way
all right,
to get some coffee.
give me your longest gun.
Well, they're all on the ground, so why don't you take them? And I'll just approach out of the darkness. I'll activate the refractor field. I feel like this is a moment rife for me getting shot somehow.
Sure.
And then I think it's just like kicking the weapons away and kind of like them just saying, "All right, sir. All there, Lyric. Please take whatever you please. These seem like a nice bonus for you." How many people are on their knees here, Tom?
There are 6 now. So there's 3. There's Tallman Grundy, the welder, who is just like, she's got the one big fucking scary arm. And then there's another, like, basically there's like a skinny youngish guy who's like holding the welding pack and like turning the crank on it because 40K technology is insane. So there's kind of like
care.
basically, for lack of
And
better
I
term,
won't
like
care either.
HQ crew, and then there's like another set of minions.
About the
who
guy
were
that
holding,
was
like,
trying
one
to
of them
drive
had,
out.
like a machete, and then 2 of them had sort of the same low
Good
grade
morning,
weapons that
John.
the other crew had.
I just want to
Or
find
good
something
night.
long enough to act as like a crutch for myself, so I don't have to use my own guns for that.
Incidentally, none of them have long
I
barrel
just have
weapons,
to
but
go
you
to the
did pick
Circle
up
K
that,
station to
D&D,
get some
I
coffee.
did. The
Razlock.
Laslock, yeah.
Razlock. So that'll do.
All right.
Also, it's
That's what I'm using.
incredibly badass that you found like a vintage high-powered rifle, and you're like,
Whoa,
good enough for a
whoopsie.
cane.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll say that for non-combat actions, this will reduce your
Cool.
Great.
So
And
I
then
will
I'm
see
just
you in a
like-
bit. I'm just gonna get some
Say my own
coffee.
Stupid fuss. And I'm like, Valentine,
Put
we
the
got a place
battery
for your
inside.
Inquisitor thing,
Yes.
whatever it is.
So I will see you in a bit. I'm just gonna get some coffee.
Stupid fuck. And I'm like, Valentine, we got a place
Battery
for your
inside.
Inquisitor thing, whatever it is.
so weird, this camera. If I start the camera with the battery inside and then try to remove the battery, it will turn off. But if I start the camera
Seems like we know a little bit about
with
the
the
Astral Line.
cable,
Excuse me, you seem like you're in charge.
and then put the battery, and then I can take the battery out. So it seems to have like 2 modes.
So, what do you know about the Astral Line? And what should I know about the Astral Line? And I don't like making threats. It's never been something. So, no cost, no foul.
And I just pull the trigger and shoot a guy in the head next to him.
And I'm like, so that's the consequence. We don't need to go any darker into this. So, what do I need to know?
My face lights up at this.
Yeah, and Tallman kind of looks, not in horror, but in like vague frustration. He's like, that was our heavy pack boy. It's all right. No, you know what?
That was our mad boy.
Yeah, but he carries the heavy pack. My lord, clearly you speak with the Emperor's voice, and if you think Sheila should carry her own pack, she was like, hey! And Sheila, by the will of the Emperor, will carry her own pack. The Astral Line, yeah, back in the day, we, how to put this? We had a historian for dinner. You see, we had a nice chat as we were prepping the meal. You understand? And he was telling us all about this thing. Apparently, they wanted to build these these glory domes all over the fucking place. Sorry, you may not be familiar with that term. It's often used for derision, but it can also be used for sexual intercourse or just a general yell of excitement. It's a local.
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Oh my god, hurry up.
Yeah, alright, so all I go to say, the Astral Lines, it seems to be an interconnected series of ships. This one will take you to another one of the Galen colonies. Don't know how many there are, don't know how to get to the other ones, but it's the only way off this rock that we know.
Interesting. All right, friend. So I believe I have a purpose for you, and I'd say Eugene.
And he'll just like fly over. Yeah, and Tom, this is total bullshit, but sometimes he'll let me get away with fun bullshit. I would just like it to be that Eugene can like spool out a little bit of like scroll, so I can just like slice the paper off. And basically I want to write orders to the PDF command that just say, like first priority is shooting down anything trying to fly out of the hive. Second priority is, holding chaos back. And then I want to seal it with my inquisitorial seal.
Say, all right, you all seem like capable friends. So what I would like to do is I will send you to the PDF command to deliver an order on my behalf. Now, if you do so, obviously you're like, why do I go through a war zone? Well, the answer is you'll be pardoned of all your crimes, made aristocrats here within the hive at the end of the war. So
Then I write that on a second piece, and I'm like,
so deliver one, deliver the other, and enforce on my behalf. We'll give you back whatever of your weapons or don't require, and you can all be heroes of the Imperium. How does that sound?
My lord, that sounds excellent. I must ask though, are aristocrats allowed to have, shall we say, the refined palate that a gentleman such as myself, an eater of human flesh, if you will, would I be able to continue to indulge in my particular tastes? People think we do it because we're a tough gang, but honestly, we just really like the taste.
Well, to be honest, in public, no. But the wonderful thing about being an aristocrat is you can do a great deal of things in private that other people can't talk about. So, yes.
Sheila, pick up Steve's pack. You're carrying it now. Come on. Let's go be aristocrats. And he holds out his hands as though he's like offering up supplication, but he's just kind of waiting for the scroll.
great. I put the order scroll in one hand and the pardon in the other.
And I say, rise, hero of the Imperium. Save this hive and become the aristocrat you were born to be.
Thus begins the House of Tallman. Come, my fellow friends, let us go crack some leech skulls and deliver some good news. We're all gonna be aristocrats. And then they all get on their bikes, and one of them's like, oh, I don't know, boss, this seems mighty And Tallman just like glowers at him.
Leaning tower.
I wait to see how Tallman
What?
reacts.
Which tower did you mean?
I watch very openly. Yeah. Tallman just shakes his head. He's like, scared Petey.
Upcoming Sunday is gonna be an air show.
Aristocrat. And then he guns his engine.
I will attend that as much as I can because we're going to celebrate my daughter's birthday the same day.
Do you guys need a map boy or something?
So, interesting fact, I began my career as a commissar. Does anyone know the purpose of a commissar? And I looked to Lyric.
No.
Well, it turns out, it's to make sure that there are no cowards left in the Imperium.
And I just raise a gun without even looking at him, and I just shoot Scared Petey in the head. And then I just go over and put my inquisitorial thing into the astral line. I just like plug in.
Great. So I have a glowing, mysterious red light that I intended to be not red, but here we are.
Very dramatic.
Thank you. There we go. So you plug your sigil in, and of course it's not an exact fit because none of these are. It's not like they come off a fucking assembly line. But sure enough, the sigil turns, and you're able to kind of turn it, and immediately a bunch of mechanisms within the door begin to shift. And you kind of hear like the heavy metal like clanking of several.
And hopefully when I'm done for the day, I will make my second batch of sourdough
basically pulling in. And the door
rolls.
creaks open, and as it does,
and then I get, or before I need to do that, I need to get more flour so I can make more.
No one has entered the astral line.
I'm gonna try
service channel.
make all my
Lyric and,
lunch, or at
Malto.
least
This is
rolls
probably the cleanest
myself.
air you've ever smelled. It's kind of like
Tastes so much
a little
better
bit like
than
if
the
you've only ever drank
bread we
kind of
purchase
water
in the
and
store.
filtered water for the first time.
So,
Oh, that's what water tastes like when there isn't shit in it. Okay, cool. Coming from Mississauga, where there's just like all sorts of fun garbage in the water. It's tasty, but it is a taste. Stepping through, I assume you're closing and sealing this door behind you.
Yeah, I would say the first thing we do probably, Tom, is I'd look around for whoever pipe guy was, and I'd like to just take the pipe and then wrap it in cloth from somebody's outfit and light a torch that I can then give to Alto so that they can see in the dark as we wander around, and then close the door behind us when we go in. And then I turn to the other two and go,
I know it seems a bit strange that I would give them the power of the aristocracy in a pub. Here's an interesting fact. They are being pardoned for crimes committed in this hive, and they will be made aristocrats in this hive. And the Navy will be destroying this hive. So really it was sort of a them and me scenario where we can all gain things. I get a use out of their death, and I get to make sure that no demons leave the hive. This is kind of a net gain scenario. Normally I wouldn't let you in on the inside of this thing, but I don't want you to think I'm unreasonable.
I was hoping this was your approach.
Inquisitor Valentine?
Yes, Alton.
Is there like a commissar for inquisitors who like flee doomed planets?
Well, there would be other inquisitors, but here's the interesting thing. An inquisitor is so much more valuable than 5 cannibals hitting things with a welding torch. Because my understanding and my abilities are far beyond that, which is the same reason why I'm not shooting either of you for going with me, because I believe you have greater value than them. Can we save another planet in the future? Yes. Can we perhaps save the Emperor himself? Unfortunately, yes, not having the most straightforward day in the fate of the Imperium. But it will help me. All of us will show greater value in future, and the whole miracle ecclesia.
Alto thinks about it. One inquisitor.
Find some parking outside my destination because I'm going now to Oslo, where there's not many parking spaces. So maybe if I'm lucky, I can park outside. If not, I have to drive around looking.
And all I can think of is a Ontario theme park that doesn't exist anymore, but Ontario close here in Toronto. There used to be a bunch of like
At
really,
least I got some black coffee.
Basically, think of any simulator ride you've ever entered that was like generic property themed. So just a lot of like blue space walls with stars
maybe need to
this is what the future
visit the toilet before I go, because this stuff usually gets my stomach going.
but also oddly hopeful, but in a vaguely disingenuous way. Like, hopeful the way a raving capitalist would create hope, because grim dark. I say from literal dark.
And tomorrow I will be attending what you call it,
Yeah, honestly, there's a lot of that here. It's
training. The whole day or tomorrow and Wednesday I'm gonna be. Oh yeah, they call it Hedengren Academy. So where I will learn how to program fire centrals. I know quite a bit, but I still have something to learn.
You make your way kind of up. There's kind of two sort of.
And I get to see my colleagues and electricians that are also there attending, so they can learn the system.
Of society, it's refreshing to just kind of be in this weird sterile space. And all three of you kind of mount these stairs and come to a large.
And I should maybe wash my clothes or work clothes so that I don't smell horse.
Valentine, it has been a strange day, no doubt, for a variety of reasons. But
Because when it's sunny outside, then
the fate of the Imperium,
I easily
the fate of the Emperor himself,
get so
the
warm.
vision that you see. But if there's one thing Inquisitors are good at, it's looking for signs, whether that's the signs of heresy, signs of Xenos, signs of chaos. In this case, it's exactly the sign.
And if I get warm, I usually sweat, and then yeah.
The astral line. It's called the Emperor's Hope. And as you step in, a slight smile creases the edge of your lips, because you were a little worried that maybe all of this was insane. But now it just seems like the Emperor's will, no matter how much treason you have to do to accomplish it. And with that, the three of you step in, hear the door seal behind you, and as the lights and sounds begin to turn on, all of you take the very first steps into the Valentine.
And later today, I'm hopefully going to my father's house, so I can install Windows 11 on my father's laptop, since I made a Windows 11 install that removes the requirement of the TPM 2.0 bullshit, and remove the AI. So basically makes Windows 11 more like Windows 10. And yes, I have installed Windows 11 on my gaming PC, since Linux doesn't have the option to use properly my audios or the GPU, graphics card, AI thingy, noise remover. It's just so much better than the open software stuff at the moment. And without, or when we see, or what, how can I say that? From what I've seen, Nvidia has been doing right now with the anti-consumer bullshit, and they're like reducing production of GPUs for gaming PCs and focusing more on AI and like computer, what you call it, computer centers, or like, yeah, it seems Nvidia is maybe in the future gonna stop making GPUs for gamers. And then China has been starting up their own. So if China can get like the software and the GPU and the same Or if they, or if they can make something that can actually compete with Nvidia, it's gonna be really good. But I think my next graphics card is gonna be from AMD. Unless the AI bubble bursts and then Nvidia is forced to make graphic cards for GPUs or gamers again. It says it's traffic or queues here at this road, but so far nothing yet. Considering how much China has increased like the electric cars, if you see the technology difference between a Tesla and a NIO, yeah, I don't think China is that many years away from making a proper gaming graphics card for gamers. I remember Tesla was also going to add like the battery change stations, but I don't think they ever made one. Maybe in the United States. But NIO actually has made it and have several of those stations working throughout Norway already. So you can like change the battery on one of those stations in like 5 minutes, and then you can continue driving. Just like almost the same amount of time of refueling your petrol or diesel car. You can also like rent the battery for like $150 or $140 a month. So if you need to replace the battery, you can just do it at one of those stations. That's like the highest risk of owning an electric car. If the battery goes bad outside the warranty, then you have to pay like up to $40,000 maybe for a new battery. But if you then just rent from NIO, I would say that's pretty cheap insurance. And they have also planned to like make new batteries that are better inside the same vehicle, or the what you call battery mount or socket. So yeah, when our Ioniq 5 is needing replacement, I think I might look to China for a new car. If only Tesla didn't have the speed, what you call it, speed number in like the middle of the car. So weird. Oh, it actually wants me to drive through the... Not through the city itself, but it wants me to take like the E6 goes through the tunnel. deep within or under the sea. So how is Florida, John? Is it getting warm now? It is currently 15 Celsius here. Hvor varmt er 15 grader i Fahrenheit?
Temperaturen er for øyeblikket 56 grader.
Yeah, okay, so 56 Fahrenheit. I must say I'm enjoying Apple more and more compared to Android, because Android seems to have less neat features, and especially the Apple or the Google CarPlay. If you try doing something on the screen while driving, it's like, take a break. Take a break. Apple doesn't have that bullshit. So yeah, I'm trying to get my wife to get an iPhone as well. She's like, oh, my camera on my Samsung is so much better, blah blah blah. Well, it might be true, but she also has like a Canon 550D or something, like an actual camera. But then again, I guess if you take a picture in that thing, you have to, since you don't, that camera doesn't have Wi-Fi or something, so you have to take the SD card and like put it in the PC, or well, actually you can just get the USB-A adapter or USB-C/A or whatever the camera has. (30°C) night. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I remember that when I first came to United States in like 1999, and the hot air of Florida just hit my face after coming outside the airplane. God damn. That was something else, even though it, like, I had been to Greece a lot of times, but still it's not the same. Then walking around, I think I was 11 or 12 years, looking all like American cars, because you guys, if you have something less than like 6 liters, it's like, nah. It feels like. Yeah, that was a cool experience. My son wants to go there or travel a lot more around, but goddamn, the prices.
Fotoboks längre framme.
I remember my father told me the trip for, we went to United States for 2 weeks. I think he said that we spent $5,000 on those 2 weeks. That's like 50,000 kroners, at least back then. Now it's probably even more expensive. I guess it depends where in Greece you are. Some places can also get really high humidity, especially if you go like a lot close to Turkey, like what's that island called? The place where my brother usually always goes. Yeah, I don't remember. It's an island. You can basically, from that Greek island, you can see Turkey. But we went around Ionian Island, Kefalonia, Zakynthos, stuff like that. The water temperature is like 30 Celsius or something, so it's warm. And there are so many nice places you can like stop. If you rent a car, you can just park the car in the side of the road, then just find yourself like a small beach and just go down and stay there the whole day with if you bring enough food and water and umbrellas, so we can actually get some shade. We spent like so many hours in the water scuba diving with like yeah, and we got like a small harpoon as well, so we would catch fish and feed it to the local cats. And also crush those spiky thingies. We call them kråkebolle. I'm not sure what the wait. Hva er kråkebolle på engelsk?
Jeg kan ikke hjelpe deg med det.
Motherfuck. Hva betyr kråkebolle på engelsk?
Jeg kan ikke hjelpe
What?
deg med det.
Stupid. Well, it's those things that move around the ocean floor and with spikes, and if you step on them, they break, and yeah, it's really painful. Oh, is it sea urchin? No. Or is that something else? At least I used to love breaking those, so you'd see all the fish coming around eating the guts. So many cool, colorful fishes down there. No, not Rhodos, I think. Or is it? I can ask him later. And it's so nice in Greece. You can like get so fresh olives and yeah, everything fresh, since you can grow anything there. And there are not many dangerous animals in the sea either. I guess you can find probably some poisonous stuff, but I think I only saw like that black eel one time, but if you don't get close to it, it doesn't bother you. It's just I just swam over like its cave and it just popped its head out and like scared the shit out of me. Maybe it was Rhodos. Oh, no wait, I think it's Corfu or something. I'm not sure the English name, it's probably something similar. I can check the map, I will notice, or not remember it then. It's a pretty big island in the east of Greece, close to Turkey. You can take like boat trips going to Turkey. But I don't know the state of those boats. Just like when I lived in Oslo, I had that was in 2009 or something. My upstairs neighbor, he was from Vladivostok in Russia. And he said from Vladivostok you could take ferries to Japan. They were not safe. Overly, they could be like too many people on board or too bad shape to drive, and then yeah, average Russia. Yeah, he left Russia just before he was going to be drafted for like the, yeah, you know, I'm not sure how many years you have to serve in Russia. Like in Norway, you have to serve for when you're 18. Or no, when you're 17, they check your physical and like status basically. And when you're 18, you get, if you get selected, you get drafted, or you have to go in when you're 18. I don't remember, yeah, something like that. For 12 months, roughly. But they can, after you have like finished those 12 months, you can get also, have to go back in, like they can pick you up still after 18 months. If they have like special training with NATO or something, you can like be selected as a, they call it marker or something, like you have to be like one of the guys pretending to be hurt, something like that, and yeah. Or like to just assist with the judging or something of the training. I even heard, and if you marry like it's not as strict as like in Israel, because if you even marry like a person from Israel and you move there, you also have to get drafted. Oh, so I have to answer that. Hallo? Hallo? Hei. Vent da, jeg må bare justere lyden. Vent da. Ja, hvis jeg svarer med hodetelefonene, så tar det litt tid før lyden justerer seg. Skal vi se på det nå. Ja, nå gjør jeg det. Ja. Jeg husker adressen, men jeg husker ikke hvordan det ser ut der. Eller jeg husker at jeg har vært der eller noe sånt, ja. Sånn det først, eller? Ok. Ja, det sånn at ikke det funker? Åja, jeg var der og testet, så fikk jeg ikke liv i den, kanskje. Er det der ja, der, ja. Det er der han hadde noen, jeg husker han, Jeg tror det er der han fyren hadde flere ting på leverandøren, eller når de bygde som ikke var ferdig fra byggetid, holdt på å si. Jeg husker ikke om det var der det også manglet noen avløpsrør fra de beste. Det kan jeg sjekke på for jeg har vel bilder derfra. Men ja. Jo, stemmer det. Det er vel der den dimmen, eller også. Ja. Ja, for jeg åpnet kanalene der, og så at de bare var løst inn i kanalen. Ja. Så det er ikke rart det ikke skjer noe. Det kan jeg. Kanskje jeg bare har glemt å legge den inn i. Jeg sendte vel rapporten til han fyren. Vil jeg tro. Håper jeg. Det kan jeg sjekke. Men jeg har glemt å legge den inn på share-folderen. Som vi skulle gjøre. Ja. Ok. Da må jeg nesten sjekke bildene, hvordan det så ut der. De satt vel i nærheten, tror jeg. For den kanalen var jo rett i nærheten av de ioene. Ja. Ja. Jeg må nesten sjekke programmet da, om det. Ja, fordi da kan man ha en egen IO som er feil og. Ja. Nei. Ja, fordi en DIM 2 kan bruke inngang 1 som hovedalarm, og så inngang 2 for eksempel som B. Noe sånt. Ja, for det går vel bare på programmering av hva man velger. Ja. Ja. Jeg skal på det kurset i morgen, så da kan jeg få en oppdatering. Ja. 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 Jeg tror jeg har noen dimmer i bilen, så. Ja, den er god. seems to be a DIM2 missing, maybe, that we need to install in a place, or dual input module, which is like a thingy that if like a fire sprinkler or triggers, it sends a signal into that thingy, and then that thingy sends alerts the fire central, and then hey, this thing has alert or triggered, sound the alarm. As well, if someone shuts a valve, it will send like a B message or alarm telling something is wrong, check it out. Again, I only have about 5 minutes left to drive, minus the traffic or parking slot looking or searching. We are now in like Oslo West, which has a lot of embassies and a lot of expensive houses and buildings. I guess the properties are more expensive than the buildings, because a house you can demolish and you can't demolish the property. Fuck, I should have gone to the... Maybe I should go to the Onan store first, because I feel that I might need to use the toilet soon. Oh yeah, I think the island my brother went to in Greece was Corfu. Yeah, finding a parking slot. At least it's not Poland or England, because those streets are fucking narrow some places. I mean, in Poland, in Gdansk, instead of removing trees to make the roads, they just make the road around the trees. That was so funny to see some places. So the bus had to like somewhere scratch the tree branches to get through. Oh, that's an old Beetle. I hate this place and the lack of parking spaces. Han har vikeplikt, han jævla pikken der. Taxis don't care about the rules, right? Taxiing green is something the taxis practice a lot here. Even though it's not their way, or they still drive. Park there. You took my parking space. Just hope I can park here somewhere. handicap. Is that the Romanian embassy? I don't know. Belgium. Bulgaria. Lol. Have a lot of commercial for Bulgarian. Seems to have a lot of like nice places though. Bulgarian. Morocco. Oh. Morocco's embassy. Yeah, so people are redoing their apartments here. Find an actual parking space, that's a pain. Can't park here. I can't park here because it's less than 5 meters away from the turn, blah blah blah. Here. Oh fuck, it's some exit there. Can I park here? Ooh, the lally. Can park here. I think. So, I think so. I'm so fucking skeptical. Because I can park there and there. Okay. Just gonna drive a little further to check if there's like. I've been burned by this shit so many times. Like. Oh, I can even park up there. I hate this thing turning off the engine. EU regulation. Save the environment. Turning off your engine for 4 seconds. Ah, here I can park, I think. Because I don't have anything written. So 2300. Don't scratch the neighbor's car. Whoopsie. There we go. Well then, let's see, check the map.
Valentine. Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter as Alto. Laura Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter as Lyric. And our Game Master, Tom McGee at McGeeTD on Twitter. This episode's sound was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and the Valentine Heresies artwork was created by Del Borovic.
Stream finished? No, it's not finished. What the hell?
DLBOROVIC. Our theme song is The Hordes by Megan McDuffie, and our ads use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar. JAHZZAR. Available at freemusicarchive.org. When it comes to Dum Dums and Dice, you can visit our website at dumdumdice.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are at
Let's see the
dumdumdice,
map
and
of
on
Greece.
Facebook at facebook.com/dumdumdice. We have merchandise available at redbubble.com/people/dumdumdice. And most importantly, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/dumdumdice. That's DUMB.
Yeah, it's the island of Corfu,
ICE. Ave Imperator.
which is basically
Dum Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time. Christian Menicola, Long Long, the Half-Blind Prophet,
5 kilometers away from
DM Rob,
Turkey.
Olin Anderson, Sue One, Devin Boyce, George Dolby, One True Artistry, Orion Birchfield, Anthony Griffin, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com.
No, wait, sorry.
Dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks
No,
to you.
Chios. Ah, I was looking at the wrong side of Greece.
Welcome back to the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. I am Inquisitor Caveat Ventus, keeper of the Inquisition's Black Library, and this is my report on the battle.
Yeah, Chios has seen a lot of combat between, I guess, the Islam back in the First
This report features Game Master
World War or something, when they fought against, what's the color? Yeah, basically Islam. Well, I will see you guys later, so I guess I have to do some work. So goodbye for now.